All right, guys, welcome back to Shop Talk. I am Calvin with Next Gen Escape.
And I'm Jax over here at Crazy Squirrel Game Store in Fresno.
We are here, still talking shop, still hanging out. I am still painting my glyphids from Deep Rock Galactic, Rock and Stone, baby.
Rock Stone! I am building a Lego set. Something that if I had good free time, I would probably do more often.
Which, speaking of, before we dive into free time, I just want to point out there is another toad, another frog in front that you have helped us out so graciously. That is a 3D printed frog that Kiara has graciously made for the escape room. You can see a huge version of it that you guys have spent spools and bottles of resin on.
It was a beefy first try.
But it came out so nice, and everybody gives us compliments on our giant toad. And now we want to weaponize it, make it small, and put it into every children's home somehow. No, not weaponize it.
Not as a weapon. Yeah.
Not as a weapon, but we do want people to take them home. I think that'd be awesome little
little souvenirs, little reminders of their good times at Next Gen.
Chris mentioned that if we made it big enough, we could fit like a coin in the mouth, like a lucky coin toad frog thing. Would be kind of cool. If we made a huge version, I think that'd be awesome to make it like a piggy bank.
Yeah,
because that's kind of how if we figure out how to do the screw for the bottom, might work out. But that's a ton of stuff that we have to do. There's only so much that we can do. It's finding that balance.
Right.
That is really important.
Right, that work-life balance.
The work-life balance, because we could work and we could just make the escape room continuously better all the time. We're already doing that, but I'm saying we can do more. I can put in a 12-hour day if I wanted to. And I don't really want to anymore.
Right. Because I know, like, our first couple years opened, we're open every day, and we're open for usually at least 7 or 8 hours a day. And those first couple years, I didn't do anything but work. Like, that was all I had time for, was work, go home exhausted. I remember Scott had to work out of town for a lot of that, so he would have to be gone the entire week. He'd come home on Friday. We'd both work in the store on Saturday, go home, immediately pass out because we were exhausted, wake up Sunday after breakfast, he'd have to drive back to the Bay Area. So there was no work-life balance for me at that time. And that is a great way to burn out. Like, that is a great way to not want to do anything in your life.
Another topic for another episode. What the heck were you doing? Why did you start Crazy Squirrel at that point?
We can talk about that later. Yeah, it wasn't, not all decisions are good decisions.
No, but I mean, work-life balance, you eventually found it. Do you feel like you eventually found it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm much better now, right? I have a staff, and we've already talked about, like, when is the right time to hire your first staff member. And for us, it was because I know I'm an introvert and I needed alone time. And then I had a catastrophe of a year last year where my dad and my stepdad died, and we found out my husband has cancer. So yeah, that'll put your perspective on what's important in life. That'll fix that right away.
Sharpen it, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so while I was getting to a point where I was taking more fun time off, I now know that, like, I have to. You have to have some time when you're the most important thing. So now, like, I bike ride all the time. My husband and I will go out and ride our bikes. Even, like, I'll commute to work on my bike because I know that that's important for me. But yeah, I'm starting to find one reason why we got the 3D printed toad is because I bought myself a 3D printer for the holidays, because I know I'm happiest when I'm learning new things. So actually, even though some of that is work, it's also like scratching that itch the other way. Yeah.
Same deal with this. I need to be doing stuff at Next Gen. I need to be making progress in our final room, but this definitely, editing videos and even shooting them, it fulfills a completely different itch.
Yeah.
That makes me feel very, very sane.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
And that's a big part. Work-life balance doesn't mean you're not doing anything when you're not at work. It just means you're finding ways to fulfill your entire self. And not just well, I'm at work all the time and I have to get this done. Now, are there times when I am at work all the time? Yeah, come talk to me during the joyous retail season from Thanksgiving to Christmas. I am here at least 6 days a week, if not 7. But then when you find me in February, like this month, I'm not here as much because I know it's a slow month.
And you can afford.
And I can afford to take the time off, and I have a really well-trained team. But like 2 weeks ago, we realized we had to change our purchasing systems immediately due to some hackers. So yeah, last week.
And it sounds like you're still dealing with it a little bit?
We're pretty much done. Like I took 6 days and worked not around the clock, but close to it to get us changed. And that's the time. I will always tell my staff when we hire new people that I need them to work at least up to 80% of their ability, 80% of the time. And then when we are in a crunch, when we are at like the joyous retail season, I need 100% for them. But nobody can work 100% of the time because you'll be crispy fried.
Yeah, some systems aren't designed to be at 100% usage. If a parking lot is being 100% used, it's not useful for anyone new. If you are on a highway and it has 100% traffic,
you're in a traffic jam.
You can't move.
Yeah.
So things aren't designed to be at 100% use all the time, especially not people. I feel like I'm at 100% working mode in October now when we're doing the Hobbs Grove escape room. I don't feel like I'm really off. I feel like I have a routine and a ritual to get me through that month now, but I don't feel like I necessarily can unplug. I'm always like ready to go doing stuff, fixing it, improving it, whatever it may be. And maybe that's indicative of we need staff and help for that, but I've had too much fun also
Sometimes
with
it's
that
fun,
stress. Yeah, it's maybe the ADHD urge in me. It keeps me alive and fresh, but there was a certain rush and rhythm to keeping everything flowing amidst the chaos. And the fact that I didn't necessarily have an employee that had to suffer because of it was even better.
Yeah.
Because having someone else deal with the chaos, they might not enjoy it as much as you can thrive in
And there is something to say for like, sometimes I overwork because I'm really having a good time. But that's not always the case. I'm not always.
I feel like it's more rare.
Yeah.
More rare for me as time goes on. I feel like I'm much more humble in my efforts and exertion because I definitely feel like my customers get a lot more out whenever I'm there and I am recharged.
Yeah.
Not just burnt out and thinking about what's the next puzzle I need to make.
Right, you're just so much more creative. So I said, like last week I did the 6-day thing to migrate us over. Last Thursday, Scott, my husband, made the executive decision to not wake me up.
Nice.
So I did not wake up until 1 in the afternoon. And then he made the next executive decision that I should stay home. And I was like, okay, I understand that now that I've slept for 12 hours in a row, maybe I need to take a little break.
Maybe you forfeited the day.
Yeah. So I still got work done. Like, I'm always on call at work because we're the boss, so you're always on call.
You have to be able to, just in case.
Yeah. And like Sundays, I do my best to not come to the store on Sundays. And I'm usually not on a ton of social media, but my team now knows when it's important to call, when it's important just to text and that kind of thing, because you got to have that time. Yeah, and you guys are just there all the time. You do have a good team though. You're building a good team.
We're building a good team. We have a few right now. We're probably going to be hiring on at least one more coming this summer. And we're doing things a little bit differently where we'd have rather have a smaller team that gets a lot more hours. Than what we used to do. Because we used to work with a lot of students. I really enjoy working with students because the hours typically work out. But as I'm getting a little bit older and a little distancing from my college years, I'm starting to realize that there are some downsides with working with students. And I'm kind of looking at not working with students in the future. So not that you can't do that in order to work with us, but I'm just kind of interested in looking at expanding our staff pool to be a little bit more reliable, maybe is the word.
Yeah, we should talk about that sometime because there's different theories on how to have employees. And I have just joined because I tend to have a small group of employees who work more hours because I think, well, then it's more efficient. But for us, especially doing outside events, I realized now I got to have more employees that work shorter hours.
Do you feel like it's a lesson that you're learning or something that you're like growing into?
It's a lesson that I'm learning. There's another retailer in town who does it that way, and I was envious of some things she could do, and then I realized, well, I could do that too. I've just staffed incorrectly for that.
You're not staffed correctly for that
specific way of approaching things.
Right. Of running events, being away from the store.
Or being away from the store and doing events off-site.
Right.
So, and then accounting for when people get ill. So all of that kind of stuff. So we have gone from talking about it's important to take leisure time to here's how we work.
I think that's what happens when our producer extraordinaire, Kiara, is not here.
Not here to keep us in line.
We kind of talk about whatever comes up. But hey, it's all good. We're just talking shop.
This is how you learn.
This is how you learn.
But that's about the time we have for this week. So, any parting words?
Putting me on the spot right here. Any parting words?
Show off your little galactic creatures.
Yeah, these glyphids, they're coming together. I got the base coat on and I have the carapace getting together.
And I have a Lego frog.
Oh, it's done.
It's
nice.
done, and
fantastic.
I think his little jaw will move up and down too.
Oh, that's cool. Can you give him a little pink tongue, maybe?
Yeah, I've got a lot of leftover parts, which is concerning.
That's a 3-in-1 for you.
Right. But thanks for joining us this week. We'll be back next week as well, and we'll talk to you then.